YouTube, this is Joe from Zephyr War Games, and I'm bringing to you guys an update to my Elemental Hero deck profile. So this is using, as you can see, the brand new Shining Neos Wingman, using the brand new Neos support. As I've gradually played the game, played heroes myself, Neos is just becoming my favorite of the hero archetypes. It's just such a fun playstyle. Neos himself is really cool. And like, I just really love his fusions, and his mechanic in the game is slow at first, but now with all the brand new support that we received, it's gotten a lot better. So before I get into any of this, I just want to give a big shout out to Trinity Wolf here on YouTube for his deck profile. Really gave me the final bits that I needed in terms of like ideas and like deck construction that I was just really struggling to get with this deck that felt comfortable and just was nicely consistent to play, without having 10 tons worth of bricks that I was just getting while trying to play like just pure Neos, or just like Neos with just elemental heroes. I was just really struggling to, as I was building and playing it, to just get a nice comfortable playstyle while playing the deck. And Trinity Wolf, again, big shout outs to him with his profile, really helped me get the final necessity down and ratios comfortable done for it. But with all that rambling done, if you enjoyed, give us a like and subscribe down below. Ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy a person's content here on YouTube, you don't want to miss out on that content, and that notification bell helps prevent that. All of that is greatly appreciated, and thank you guys so much for doing so. So with all that said and done, let's get into this Elemental Hero, or just Hero Neos profile. So to start off with the Neos bits themselves in terms of monsters, we are playing the 1 Neos and the 1 Spirit of Neos. You can bump up Spirit of Neos to 2. It is perfectly playable. I have played it, it does work, but for this I just felt like 1 is just enough. You only really need to resolve him once off your EN engage Neos space, but being able to just shuffle himself back into the deck, just getting out your Neos, just means that you'll always have an option in your deck, a target for your Neos space to get the most value out of it. And you got to play the 1 vanilla Neos because it is a Neos deck. 2 copies of Shadows. You can play 3 if you want to. I just felt like 2 is perfectly enough. Between 3 a hero lives and 1 Rota, you got, and your Shadow Mist searching him out as well. You got plenty of ways to get into Stratos. Like, you shouldn't have a problem. And even your Neo Space, I believe, gets you that option as well. So no, he doesn't, unfortunately. But you have plenty of ways again to get into Stratos, so you shouldn't have a problem. 2 copies of Mist. Mist, again, you can play it at 3 as well, with the addition of Crosskeeper into the deck, and you have plenty of ways to trigger Shadow Mist to get you that Mask Change search. If your hand is just that bad, you can at least end on a Dark Claw on your opponent's turn with a search of the Mist. But I felt like 2 is just perfectly enough. I don't want to brick too much on the Mist, so I'm only playing 3 of it. This is supposed to be, I'm still waiting for it to arrive, but it's supposed to be a Liquid Soldier, so I'm replacing it with a Solid Soldier at the moment. The Liquid Soldier is just too good, getting you those draws, getting you that summon from the graveyard on normal summon to help extend your plays or start your turn 2 plays, as well as being that water attribute for your absolute 0 and of that nature. That's it for the E-Heroes. Moving on, we got the 2 Malicious and the 1 Denier. I am not playing Destroy Phoenix Enforcer because I do not own one, and so this is tried to be as budget friendly as possible. So I'm still playing this package because I found a way around it. If you guys haven't already guessed what it is, but you still play this package because it's just a fantastic extenders with this deck. Even if you're not using the D Hero Fusion, having these as extenders to go for your link plays just really adds value to the deck and adds value to your plays. And then we've limited, again, thanks to Trinity Wolf, I've lowered the Vision Hero package just to 1 copies of each. You could bump up Vion to 2. It is a very strong normal summon. It's still probably one of the strongest normal summons heroes have. but I just felt like one's just perfectly enough. I see fire on it as much as I can. These two, the increase can be brick as always, but even if you play like more of these, the increase is still a brick no matter what. So I'm just playing one of each. It's been working out perfectly fine for me personally, and I'm just really enjoying it right now. 2 copies of Crosskeeper. You can play free if you want to. It's a really strong extend. If you don't know what Crosskeeper does, you can ditch it from your hand, summon a E-hero from your hand or graveyard. If you summon it from the graveyard, if you don't control or have a fusion monster, its effects are negated at. But being able to just ditch this, summon your Shadow Mist from hand, or your Spirit of Neos from hand, getting the effects off is really good for value. And while in the graveyard, it's even more value because if you summon a fusion monster, you can banish it to draw 2 and return 1. So it's even added consistency as well. The one Aqua Dolphin, because if you're playing the Neo Space package, you have to at least have one Neo Space in your deck. Aqua Dolphin is just the best in terms of like, at least you can just normal summon it and remove a hand trap from the opponent's hand. So Aqua Dolphin will always have some form of use in the deck. So we're playing the Aqua Dolphin. And to round up the monsters, I'm just playing 2 Effect Veiler. You can play Ash, you can play Ghost Spell, Ogre, whatever hand trap you want, Diddy Crow. I'm just put 2 Veiler because Ashes are in my other decks right now. So I'm just got the Veilers in here just as some form of hand trap usage. That's it for monsters. Moving on to spells. 3 copies of it, here it is, because we now have it. Just a great first turn play, really baits up the hand traps, and it's just a very, very strong card. Not once per turn, so if they did ash it and you have another one, okay, cool, I'll just play another one. 1 copy of Rota, because it's Rota. 3 copies of EN, Engage Neos Space. Absolutely fantastic card for the Neos Space and Neos support. Just does so much of just the initial effect of send a Neospatian and 1 hero, 1 from your hand and 1 from your deck. Special summon a Neospatian or E-hero that's level 5 or above from your deck, and if you do, add polymerization. It does everything in one, which is absolutely fantastic card. If you special summon Elemental Hero Neos by its effect, it though does gain a power syntax. So if you did want to summon that vanilla just for having a big beat stick, if the situation is needed, you can use this to get that as well, a 3500 beat stick. So if you do this effect though, you are locked into fusion monsters, so you can't go into your link plays, and if you do play them, Xyz plays. But this card does so much for the deck, adds so much consistency, it's absolutely phenomenal. 1 copy of Foolish Burial just for that Shadow Mist and your Malicious. And next we have 2 copies of Instant Contact. Instant Contact. This card is absolutely fantastic, but you can play it at 1 if you so wish. I did play at 1. It is really good at 1. You only need to really use it for your Shiny Neos Wingman, but this card adds so much value to your deck and to your plays. It's really good because you don't just have to summon your Flame Wingman to go into a Shiny Neos Wingman, because this can summon any level 7 or lower Elemental Hero or Neospatian monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. And all you need to do is have Neos on the field or in your graveyard for its effects to be usable and for it to be able to do an attack. But with this, you can actually summon things like your Sunrise from your extra deck to get that your instant Miracle Fusion if you so need. It just adds so much value, gives you free link fodder at the worst case scenario, and like it gets you your access to your Shining Neos Wingman, because now you don't have to play vanillas like Blastinatrix and Avian. So just to make Flame Wingman. Love the card. Still wish it had the freaking Air Neos on the artwork, but unfortunately Air Neos is locked behind something that we the fan base do not know of. 2 copies of Poly, because the second copy just adds so much value to the deck. Like, it is really handy to have that second copy of polymerization. Yes, you can just recur this off your engaged Neo Space, but then what? You need to play another Neospatian. So still going through all of that, just play the second copy of Poly. I might though try out just a second Neospatian, just like playing like my Black Panther or just another copy of Aqua Dolphin, and just play the 1 polymerization. but like 2 has just been working fine for me for now. 1 copy of Miracle Fusion, 2 copies of Fusion Destiny because we are playing the D Hero package. You'll see later what I could replace Destroy Phoenix Enforcer for, and 2 copies of Mask Change because it's Mask Change. Again, you can play it free. I've made this down to a 40 card deck just because I'm not a fan of playing over 40 for decks in general. So I did reduce this down to 2 copies. 2 has been working fine for me for now. I see it when I need it. But yes, that's that for that. And then because, you know, I don't have Forbidden Droplets or all these big power cards, expensive cards that people have, because I don't want to put too much money into this game at the moment. Like, I'm just playing the 3 copies of Super Polymerization. This card breaks boards. It's great going second. It's good going first. You set it face down. Heroes being heroes have such a variety of fusion monsters they can go into. They literally have an attribute of everything in the game except Divine in terms of a fusion target. So you can easily break any boards, but with the Super Poly targets that we now have access to, this card's absolutely phenomenal. So 3 copies of Super Polymerization, 1 called by Grave, and then the only last card in the deck and the only trap card in the deck is Favorite Contact. Basically a Miracle Fusion, but in a trap card. You can special summon 1 future monster from your extra list that mentions a hero once has material, ignoring summoning conditions, by placing materials on it on the bottom of your deck in any order, from cards from the hand, field, graveyard, and your banished cards. If you place Elemental Hero Neos into the deck, neither player can return the monster's person by its effect to the extra deck. Really strong card. You can search it off your Spirit of Neos, which I did. I did not mention when Neos Spirit of Neos is summoned, you can add a card from your deck to hand that mentions Elemental Hero card by name. So you just basically add either your Engaged Neos space, your Instant Contact, or your Favorite Contact. That's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. 1 copy of the brand new Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman. Love this card. Pops cards on the field on summon. Up to limit attributes on the field. Doesn't have to be yours. Gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard. And has the effect of the Flame Wingman, Shining Flame Wingman. When it destroys a monster, they take the damage. And also, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is really good for a boss monster. Kind of wish it had targeting protection as well, but we can't have everything. I played the 1 Sunrise, and for Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, I am playing Dystopia instead. It just does the job. You have Race to Recur this as well from your graveyard, so it's not always at loss. Does burn damage as well, which is very handy. And yeah, you can easily get this over its original attack points by easily making Dread Decimator, so you can get that pop like Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. 2 copies of Dark Claw and 1 copy of Blast for your Masked heroes. I rarely ever go into 2 Dark Claw in all honesty, so I am really tempted to just drop it down to 1, but just put something else in the extra deck. But 2's just working fine. You know, you have the second one just in case. For your other heroes, we're playing the 1 Ab-Zero, 1 Great Tornado, and 1 Escorido. I'm tempted to put the Shining in the extra deck, so that's what the second Dark Claw might be dropped out for. These are your obviously your Liquid Soldier target, and your 2 Super Poly targets. Great Tornado, because in testing against people, I was advised to put the Great Tornado for that barrier statue if you do get locked out. So having that win target is very handy in the game right now. 1 copy of Flame Wingman, because you need it for your Shining Neos Wingman. And 1 copy of brand new Garuda Wings of Resonant Life. And your 1 Predaplant Dracostopedia for your Super Poly targets. And for your links is the 1 Decimator, 1 Cross Crusader, and the 1 Wonder Driver. And that, guys, is the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, lastly, a big shout out to Trinity Wolf here on YouTube for the advice, as well as the JP Hero here on YouTube as well. If you guys know him, he's really good for hero content as well. Both of those guys did great help with me trying to get this deck together into a style and play that I like. So again, big shout outs to those guys. So as always, like, comment and subscribe. Till next time, as always, stay safe and of course, happy dueling.